guys, welcome to a brand new video. It's me, RDC. I wanted to thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully this build helps you out when it comes to making builds with your storm and or getting your storm off on the right foot when it comes to synergizing and using your abilities to its full capability. We're gonna want to look at the components when it comes to this build. Now initially the 4 key components to this build is going to be Mark of Rat, Gunslinger's Mark, Token of the Pupil, and Token of the Masters. Now, why Mark of Rat and Gunslinger's Mark go very well together is because one increases gear damage by 50% and one increases gear recharge by 50%. Now, you're going to be wondering why exactly? Because when it comes to these two mods going together, they kind of negate the minus 20% effect that each one gives. One gives you minus recharge rate and one gives you minus damage. Now, all together with the negation, fully calculated, you get 30% of bonus gear damage and 30% more recharge time when you run this build. Two other things I want to touch on is Token of the Pupil and Token of the Masters. How these work is they buff your L1 and your R1 gear slots or gear abilities. Like with this one, hitting an enemy with L1 increases your R1 damage by 60%, and hitting an enemy with R1 increases your L1 damage by 60%. And that's pretty much how these synergize increases your damage potential and or damage max when it comes to running Grandmaster 1, Grandmaster 2. I also run Tome of Precision for my electricity damage and effect by 5%, and my sniper weak point hits, because of Gunslinger and Mark, all weak point hits get 60% damage boost. On top of this, the sniper weak point kills increase your electricity damage by 60% for 5 seconds, which is very handy when it comes to running this Storm Warden build that I do call it. I do run an Amulet of Winter right now. I don't know if it's quite glitched out, but applying ice effects increases weapon damage by 20%. That very well goes hand in hand with my Avenging Herald. What you can also run is the Token of the Daring, but you will not be doing that much damage, and I repeat, you will not be doing that much damage with your weapons, because it removes the physical damage, and which means it negates the initial impact of the bullet with your weapons. But this is not really obligated. You still do a massive amount of damage during Grandmaster 1 and Grandmaster 2 when it comes to running this build. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the components. We're gonna get into the weapons and the blast and focus seal I normally run on this. For this storm build, I call it the Storm Warden because I use my chaotic rhyme and then I combo it into my Pounder Infinity, which is Pounder Infinity is a lightning strike. Combo effect Raptor's altitude while hovering electric damage is increased by 60%, and on top of this I rolled a couple good stats on this Pounder's Infinity. I got a legendary. I rolled 225% gear damage and elemental damage. These are like two of the very well key things you want to look for. Anything that can buff your elemental damage and or gear damage. Also my chaotic rhyme, while Winter's boost after freezing an enemy increases L1's damage by 125% for 20 seconds. Now if you're not running this build, it also applies to L1 gear slot and not any ability. It affects every and anything that is slotted in at your L1 currently. So this is very much a great primer and combo to go off of with a combo. Now the weapons I normally use for my basic loader whenever I'm running with a team or I'm running solo, I like to run the Avenging Herald or the Raven's Blitz. Well, both in along with each other, because one, while hovering, gives you 40% improved weak point damage, and the Avenging Herald you get 200% boost to the weapons damage while you're hovering, and this one has crit damage rolled on it, which you will very much want to roll on your Avenging Herald because you're going to be shooting those weak ones very often. Now we'll be inserting a few clips on how this build works and how much damage you can actually achieve with this build at the end of this video. Now I hope this video helped you guys out. One more thing I wanted to include, if you don't mind, you can leave a like down below, or you can give me a few tips on how you make your build or how you run your storm. That is very much welcome. You can find teammates to run with in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a good day. I'm out.